Mariano's Custom Tailor, the local expert at making you look great.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. This is the Sports Den with Denny Thompson and James Coleman on 1010XL.
One more day closer to football. Media at training camp today, James and I not included in that. So if you think you're going to get like big in-depth breakdown of training camp practice today, I hope you listened earlier to the other shows. We were not able to make it, or I wasn't able to make it. I don't know if you were able and just chose not to. I don't know.
That
was
hot. Well, now that I know what I know, I will probably try to make them out to eventually.
Yeah, you'll get good coverage from us next week. There's no way I could do it this week. And you didn't RSVP for this week, right?
Oh, it's 1 week at a time?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, it's too late.
So next week, you'll get in-depth coverage from
Sorry about that.
the Sports Den. Wednesday night edition of the Sports Den brought to you by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, as every edition is. Make sure you get to ABC. I mean, tomorrow's Thursday. It's practically the weekend.
Friday Eve.
Right. So on your way to work or back from work, or if you even go to work, a lot of people work from the house. I'm loving the JTB traffic these days. Loving them. Loving it. I mean, no stop all the way to my facility from my house.
Nice.
Ever. Takes me max 15 minutes to get there. But wherever you're working from, make sure you stop by ABC. It's probably frowned upon for you to drink while you're working.
Yeah, I mean, you ask. You know, that's probably.
Don't ask.
Hey, you mind if I knock? You mind if I knock a couple back, boss?
Listen, I was listening to this radio show last night. They told me to ask you, can I drink as long as it's from ABC? But just get by there.
I got my friends trained, though. They know not to ask me about anything without prefacing, does ABC have it first? Like, does ABC have Peach Crown? Does ABC have...
Why'd they ask that?
Well, because...
Like, ABC doesn't have Peach Crown?
It don't last. Peach Crown don't stay around.
Oh, it's that hot?
Like, does it have...
I didn't even know it was a thing until right now.
I didn't either. Is it good?
Because you
and
know
I'm a
me,
Crown guy.
I don't chase. But you get that and some Sprite...
Yeah.
Boy, you got a good adult soda.
Just try it. I have to give that a try. Get to ABC for all of your fine wine and spirit selection. Get the good stuff. You deserve it. I mean, football's being canceled left and right. And then football's starting. So you've got a sad reason to drink, a happy reason to drink. I mean, you might as well drink. It's the way it goes. Was talking to Rick on Crosstalk about this. I mean, I think it's really good news coming out of the NFL today about the percentage of positives of all the tests that have been taken so far. 1%.
So I was closer to being right.
Much more closer. Yeah. I mean, I think I was going by what the
national
local average was at the time. Yeah, I guess national. And saying 10%. But I mean, hats off to the players and to the staff. 1% solid, bro.
And I think you would have been right, though, than he had this been earlier. You know what I'm saying?
Like, not delayed and delayed, yeah?
Yeah, so like a lot of players have probably already had it.
Mm-hmm.
It's out of their system. Or once the quarantine hit and they saw that and they wanted the potential, they just really just isolated themselves.
Well, I mean, as much as we get on to players, owners, NFLPA, all of that, you also got to give them props. Because the whole negotiation thing of how this thing was going to happen was a long, drawn-out process. But at the end, there was trust shown of, okay, we're going to go ahead and report. Remember, before they had a signed deal.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, all personnel from Tier 1 and Tier 2 across the league is below 1%, and no individual club rate is greater than 2%. I mean, well done by the NFLPA and the owners. And I think that's saying something when they're testing every single day. They've decided to extend the daily testing through September 5th, which originally, if it was below 5%, they could have cut it off, I believe, next week. Don't quote me on that. But even though it's well below 5%, they're going to extend it. And I know it's a pain. I've talked to the guys. They hate getting tested every single day. But if that's in any way, shape, or form helping things out, go ahead and extend it again. Just do it. If that's what you have to do, if you have to get a little teary-eyed every time you walk in the facility,
Actually, I don't think they have to. Hack was saying he watched Hard Knocks last night, which, God, it had to suck.
I
But
haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to.
don't. Everybody was talking trash about it.
I'm gonna watch it.
There's nothing else on.
Yeah.
Dude, there's everything on. You football people. Anyway, they don't have to go deep.
You football people.
They don't have to go deep like for the normal test like you and I. It's kind of just like rub it around 3 times.
Oh, they're doing that Bob Kraft test.
All the way to the knuckle.
This was locker
Not
room
like
talk.
how we have to do it. They give them a little bit more comfort. Just
Rub it around 3
shake it.
times. Call it a massage.
Yeah, whatever.
I've never been to a jail.
Yeah.
In baseball, all they have to do is spit in a cup.
I will say that the last test I did was much less violent than the others.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was kind of that. In fact, it almost had me going, wait, homie, did you get far enough up there?
Yeah, I don't want a false positive.
Once you've done it once, you probably the initial shock goes away.
Yeah.
No.
You were still just as
The first 3 hit me, bro.
I was about to say I did like 4, and after the first one, I was fine.
The first nose jobs?
Yeah.
Okay, I've only done it once, and I've done the blood work.
I mean, maybe I'm just getting used to it, but it takes more than 1 for me. I'll say that. I mean, the last one wasn't bad, but yeah. So I mean, I say all that about the NFL to say this, James. Like, I don't know what's going to happen in the SEC, ACC. I've got my own thoughts, and people are tired of hearing them. But when you hear stuff like this, you got to look at the Big Ten and the Pac-12 and say, look, I'm not saying you shouldn't have canceled the season, but why now? Like, what was the point in doing it right now?
They never really wanted to have it. You got to remember, they've been talking about this. Like, Michigan's president, when this first started, said, we ain't playing. Now, it's ironic that Ohio State has a ton of kids on campus right now, and, like, students.
Bro, everybody does.
And saying that, nah, we're not going to do it. It's not safe. But, everybody's there now. Like, you're kind of already committed.
I wasn't paying attention to what schools had schools on campus and what schools didn't until it hit my Instagram feed of all of, like, because at my age, people have kids in college.
Right.
So it hit my Instagram feed of all these guys and that are all these parents that are dropping their
Kids
off at college. And I'm like, whoa, like they're going to college? Even like Syracuse up in New York. And so you're right. It's like, okay, wait. And then the Wisconsin thing, by the way. Did you see that tweet?
About they're gonna essentially have a season, just no games. They're gonna be like when schools start. Like,
yes, dude.
Like 20-hour rule.
Oh, I did see the teams are still practicing. He's like, I got them for 20 hours. We're gonna use them for 20. It's like, this is wow.
Which technically you would think the NCAA says if you're planning on playing in the spring, then you need to use the fall as your spring. You don't have a.
I saw that they're gonna have a spring fall game, like a spring game, but in the fall.
This is so stupid.
It is. Just play.
This whole thing is so. If you
play
can't
or
play
don't
in the
have
fall,
them at school.
If you're telling me it's not safe to play in the fall, then it's not safe to bring them all in the facility for 20 hours a week.
My thing, it's like even some of the arguments, like even with Trevor, I was gonna say Trevor Noah, what Trevor Lawrence put, and I get it, like the whole everybody's broke, everybody's poor, and you don't send them home. You don't have to send them home. They signed a grant and aid. Like, let them be students. Give them their money. Let them stay on campus.
I assumed, like he did, though, that they were going to send everybody home.
But like you signed a year. They're still having school, even if it's online. You signed a grant and aid for that year. They can't take that away from you because they decided not to play football. They don't do that to any other student.
They would still have, like, their dorm and everything.
Yeah, they'll still have the ability to pay for dorm or your stipend to pay for your dorm and your food allowance. Actually, a lot of that stuff will probably go up. But what they wouldn't have is, like, when people opt out, the guys opt out, you shouldn't have access to the facilities. You shouldn't have that because of your concern.
Right.
So essentially what happened is the entire damn conference opted out.
Mm.
So if the conference opts out, you just like you would do with a player,
you
should not have access to that.
Listen,
you decided to do that.
If my kid is at a Big Ten school and they tell me, hey, it's too dangerous to play football, and then my kid calls me and says, yeah, we still got to be in the facility 20 hours, like hell. No, you don't. You're not going in that facility for 20 hours a week if they're telling me it's too dangerous to play football. Like, I know it wasn't your coach that made that decision, but you can't have it both ways. Like, all of a sudden, now I'm going to jump on your side when we were arguing the other day. All of a sudden, now that is BS. That's taking advantage of a scholarship right there. Like, they've already been there working out. The Big Ten released a schedule, last week, 2 weeks ago? And now they pull that back, and now they're going to say, oh, yeah, but you're going to practice. I can't imagine that coaches are actually going to do that. If it's a rule that says you're allowed to, I can't imagine they're going to. And I think what Trevor Lawrence was saying, and Nick Saban said after,
basically stole this stuff,
right, was, look, if we're playing football, people may be careful. Maybe. If we're not playing football, there's a much higher chance of half these turds going to campus parties, all that kind of stuff. There's a much higher chance of them getting sick.
Did you see the Gator player that, sorry to cut you off, but must be mentioned. There was a Gator player who was like, man, if they cancel football, I got to go back to Duval. Somebody retweeted it, was like, yeah, dude, it's crazy over there right now. I was like, damn it, guys.
Yeah. Who did they have?
I think it was Rick Wells.
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's who it was. I mean, like it's a long way from Gainesville.
But
something.
He's talking about the crime, bro.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. But it's not great. But you don't have to come back, and
that's the part that's here.
That's the part that's trippy. Is like you don't have to come back. There's so many guys that stay. Like, just using my personal situation when I had an off-campus apartment. They don't shut down. No, them bills don't stop. Like just because school ain't there.
That's the reason why a lot of these cats didn't come back during the lockdown.
Yeah, like, and I'm just one of those guys. Well, part of it, I love my mom to death. I'll see her this weekend. I'll probably stay in the hotel. I just have a hard time, like, going back up under her roof again. Like, once I got out.
Really?
Huh?
No way.
No.
Really?
That's serious.
so crazy.
There's things that I
you're
want
to go
do.
to Tallahassee? And
I thought you meant because you didn't want to give her COVID.
No,
and then you're like,
no.
I just can't even live with that woman.
No. I love my mom.
I know
Now,
what
she
you're
comes
saying.
to my house all the time and stays, but I know, like, it's different. My house, my rules.
I love going back home.
Oh, I got
Have
what you're
her
saying.
cook
Because you want to go out.
I'm going to go to a cigar lounge. I have an enormous amount of respect for my mother. I'm not coming to my mama's house at 2:00 in the morning.
Oh, really?
Like, not now. Like, even as a grown-ass man. Like, which I won't be out that late. But if I'm going to the cigar lounge and hanging out with some people, I'm not finna walk up in her house all kinds of hours, man. Like, I still fear she'll put me on punishment. She might beat me.
Spank you.
Like, what's that? There's a big difference. I've been bigger than my mom since 10. Like, she started throwing hands.
Real fighting.
She was like, this belt ain't gonna do nothing to you, but these fists will. You're gonna feel these. But I mean, but again, like the apartment thing, when you're paying like a mortgage, when you're paying a rent, it's like hard to like just keep paying that and not lay in your bed, right? Or am I the only person who feels that?
No.
Okay, so like those are the things, but it just shows how stupid smart people can be. And again, it's not out of malice, kinda. It's more out of, I don't know what it is.
Well,
like,
I mean, but
not wanting to be sued. I get
that's
that.
all it is. Like, they can't be liable if they tell you don't have to come or you're not playing.
But you're still liable if I'm a student.
Are you?
Right?
I don't know.
If I'm on campus, the whole thing is you're responsible.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, what if I'm like an engineering major and I get COVID? Like,
right. If I still
what's
have
the
to go to
difference?
engineering, like if you didn't do anything to help, like, lessen my risk, then you are liable and you deserve to be. But they're doing everything in their power.
I mean, they were doing a lot more for sports than they're doing for the engineering major as far as that's concerned. But I don't know. I don't know the answer. That's a good question. I didn't think of it that way.
Now the problem is you can't do what my alma mater continues to do. It didn't make national news, and it shouldn't, because I think it's just miscommunication of what you have available to you. But,
sharing masks?
No, we're not like Virginia Tech now. We've got that part figured out.
One of my favorite COVID stories.
That everybody should have. If you're going to wear a mask, people, use your own. Don't share. It's frowned upon. But Governor DeSantis decided that it was time to have another press conference, and he did it at in the indoor. And Mr. Coburn, AD Coburn, the athletic director, made statements about what's available to FSU student athletes. Problem is, a lot of these guys weren't 100% sure that these things were available to them. So they took to Twitter and were like, what the hell are you talking about? Every day. So, again, there's some things that they got to make sure they do a better job of communicating and clearing up to where, hey, this is available to you if you choose to have it. And I think I made somebody asked me, actually, I was doing media rounds for my book bag giveaway this weekend in Tallahassee. And I was asked, do I think they should play? And I said, yes, I think they should play, and I think they should be there. It's safer. Because to Nick Saban's point, when I go back and sometimes I think about, when did I have time to have all these fun memories? Like, when was I going out like that?
The off season.
The off season is when we were partying, even during spring ball, because you don't practice every day. It's like it was every other day, and we had weights on Tuesday and Thursday, so we timed it up. And sometimes and then Saturday we had practice on Friday and Saturday, so those are the four practices, and then we'll have our big scrimmages and things like that. But like, if I ain't got nothing to do, I got more money now because you're probably canceling the training table. Like, I'm probably gonna go. I mean, not me now, but I would probably.
I actually want to tease that because there is an angle to this we haven't talked about on the show that Ray Lewis told us about years ago.
We still got that sound.
So I want to come back. If y'all don't know what we're talking about, you will. I want to come back and I want to get into that just a little bit because I don't believe we've talked about what happens to these guys when they don't play, what happens when they do go back home. How does that change their life? A lot of them tried to get out of the area that they were in. Let's get to that coming up next.
Make your track bar adjustment on 1010XL.
He's been dominant at Daytona.
This Sunday at Daytona. Brought to you by the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234 and Daytona International Speedway. Your NASCAR station is 1010XL.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, se-ortho.com. That's where you need to go to find out everything you want to know or need to know about Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. A ton of specialties. I go there for my knee, but you can go there for just about anything, including chiropractic medicine, or emergency orthopedic care, spine care, sports medicine, physical therapy. They do it all. They're the best of the best. They're right here in Jacksonville. Locations all over the city. So there's going to be one near you. You don't have to go far. Get to se-ortho.com. That's Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hello, I'm Chuck Farah. As a kid, I remember standing up in class and placing my hand on my heart and pledging allegiance to the flag. For me, that was almost as much fun as recess. The words of that short pledge meant so much to me because not everyone has what we all have here in this country, with liberty and justice for all. That's why my father came here, so that his kids could have what that pledge and our flag represents, liberty and justice for all. Those words are there to protect you, your children, and their children. That's what our team of attorneys, our investigators, experts, and every single person in our building fights for every day. Because when a corporation, a giant insurance company, or even your own employer, when they try to take away the promise our flag gives you, it's time to fight. Farah and Farah, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Well, they've done it again. The Next Tire Outlet store is now open in Arlington, the 12th location. It's a brand new facility with all new equipment for your full service car repair and tire needs. Tire Outlet will be doing tons of grand opening specials too, starting with $18.99 oil changes during the entire month of August. So get out there and visit the brand new Tire Outlet location on the corner of Fort Caroline and Merrill Road.
Wholesale prices, premium service, Tire Outlet.
Instant Keys specializes in creating replacement automotive keys and keyless entry remotes, even when all the originals are lost or broken. Instant Keys provides expert service for nearly every foreign and domestic vehicle, including the high-end luxury models like BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, and Infiniti. With Instant Keys, you'll get dealership-level service at a fraction of the cost without the hassles. For honest professional locksmith service, call the best around. Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Hi, I'm Don with J-Dog Junk Removal. In light of today's health concerns, we want you to know we are taking the required safety precautions during the removal process. As veterans, we always go above and beyond. If you have unwanted items at your home that need to be removed, let us pick them up for you. You create the stack, and we can be in and out quick. Or we can help any homeowner safely declutter. J-Dog Junk Removal, veteran-owned and veteran-operated. Call 844-GET-JDOG or visit jdog.com and enter your zip code.
Hey folks, Hicken here. Have you heard about Zero Res? Zero Res is the only way to clean your carpet and tile the right way. It's all about the technology. Zero Res uses its patented powered water that cleans beautifully without using any soaps, detergents, or harmful chemicals. Man, I had Zero Res in my home this year, and I can tell you, after 17 years in that house, never looked better, never smelled better. Call now, get 3 rooms of carpet clean for $129. Remember to mention Dan and get an additional room clean for free. That's right, the 4th room is on me. Zero Res, fill it forwards or backwards, the right way to clean.
Like working outdoors and want better pay and benefits? Superior Fence and Rail is seeking full-time fence installers with pay ranging from $16 to $25 an hour and more with commercial experience. Superior Fence and Rail will train you to work with their professional team and provide you with all the tools you need to be a top-notch installer. Get off the fence. Call Superior Fence and Rail today and start your career.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Stay connected to Gainesville with the Florida Gator Report with Lauren Brooks.
Go, Gators!
Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts.
A big win for the Florida Gators.
Get your Gators on 1010XL.
You missing live sports? Then now's the time to order a custom set of cornhole boards and learn the best social distancing sport around. Visit Mystic Cornhole on Phillips Highway and pick up your new set today from MysticCornholeCompany.com.
Summer is here, and Hidden Hills Golf Club is offering daily twilight rates starting at 2 p.m. Plenty of time to get your round in before sunset on one of the most unique golf courses in North Florida. Call Hidden Hills at 620-0910.
Your AC's broke, it ain't no joke. Call Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. FloridaHomeAC.com.
Ackerman Urology has the latest options for improving men's health and vitality. Our board-certified urologists treat prostate disease and sexual health issues to ensure your confidence and wellness. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Watch how much evil, which we call it crime, watch how much crime picks up if you take away our game.
What do you think that would happen?
There's nothing else to do, Sam.
You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
I mean, listen, I thought about it this weekend.
If anybody would know, he would have the experience. Like when he didn't have anything to do, 2 people might have died.
They didn't might have died. They
He
died.
might have been responsible, or he was in the area.
Right.
People die when he doesn't have anything to do.
That was Ray Lewis talking about the lockout of the NFL years and years ago. But it for whatever reason, it popped in my head this weekend because all of my spare time is spent trying to figure out what the heck's going on with football. Not for you guys on radio, but for my job. And that popped into my head, and it made me just kind of sit back and go, wait, we haven't talked about this. If you don't have football at the college level, now he was talking about the NFL, but if you don't have football at the college and even the high school level, does that become a major issue or is that way overblown? Are guys going to go out and get in trouble with the evil, as we call crime? Isn't that what he said?
Yeah.
Is that because they ain't got nothing else to do?
Watch how much evil, which we call it crime.
The best part's the end.
Watch how much crime picks up if you take away our game.
What do you think that would happen?
There's nothing else to do, Sal.
There's nothing else to do.
Like that is
ESPN.
Like,
I mean, is that real?
Yes and no.
95% no, right?
95% no. Like most people are genuinely good people, man.
Right.
Like most people
Well,
don't.
now Urban's out of the game.
Well, Urban still.
Did you see the Urban
Yeah.
video,
Oh
by
my
the way? We got to get into that
yes,
later.
we will.
Urban still, like, the still majority of the people are all right. We could name a lot, but they stand out because not everybody does it.
Bro, it was way more than 5%.
That do bad things?
Yeah, with Urban's classes?
Oh, well, yeah. No. What I'm
Oh,
saying.
yeah, one class. It was like
Urban and the Gators, I get that part. I get that. But when you add them to the whole of college football,
Yeah,
it's
Utah,
still,
his teams at Utah, I'm sure we're fine.
we don't know. Like, nobody cares about Utah. Nobody knows what happens.
There's
in
a
Bowling
lot
Green.
of room in Utah to bury bodies.
Apparently, in Bowling Green, Mullen was taking private jets to go visit his baby mama that nobody knew about.
We are not.
You remember Zach? You don't remember Zach?
No, I mean Zach or the guy
Zach
from
Smith.
Ohio
Yeah,
State.
Zach Smith said, if I'm going down, everybody going down. I'm
I didn't
snitching on
hear
everybody.
that.
But my point is that there is structure. If you're still able to go to school,
Which, by the way, that's not the crime. That wasn't a crime. Taking up from my man Mullen. That's
No,
not a
but
crime.
it's just a moral issue.
Yes, I got you.
oh no, well, yeah. But I'm saying we didn't know about any of that stuff in Bowling Green because nobody gives a damn about Bowling Green.
I like Josh Harris. Remember that kid?
Josh Harris was nice.
He was
Actually,
beast.
he played in the All-Star game that I was in, if I remember correctly.
Oh, the college
Quarterback.
All-Star
Yeah,
game,
it's
yeah.
a college out in Vegas. But you'll have more time to do stuff, but these coaches can still keep an eye on you just like they do in the spring. And I personally, even though I think it's stupid, I personally think they do. I hope they do practice because now you have something to wake up to. When you don't have something to wake up and something to motivate and something to like keep you focused and centered, that's when you start really getting into.
That's with all
the
walks
troubles.
of life too.
Yeah, with everybody.
Absolutely.
Now, Ray Lewis being as dramatic as he was, Ray was speaking from personal experience. like I said, we know what happened with murder. But as far as the normal
Ray.
Yeah, Murder Ray. As far as normal people, like
It's like if I have a day that I'm bored, don't have anything to do, I don't go. What kind of evil can I get into today? Right. And I don't think that I've ever thought that. And so I'm going to assume the majority of the people are the same way that I am.
The problems that we'll see is what you just discussed on the last break. We'll see more house parties, which you can get in trouble with those. But that's not your initial intention to go to a house party and get in trouble. Their intention is to have fun. So there will be more opportunities to screw up, but there's not I don't expect to see violent crimes in college cities go up because the football team can't play games. I hope not. If that was the case, I'm going to go out on a real big limb here. Those guys were already doing that stuff even during football season, i.e., Aaron Hernandez, a.k.a. Chico.
Right. Think about, never mind. I do worry, though, about, because we both know this, we both know these guys, that when it came to recruiting, they needed to get as far away as possible.
Right.
From a situation because of either something at home or because of a group that they're involved with, whatever city, not just Jacksonville, but whatever city. I do worry about those kind of guys. Like, I do worry about those guys that, here's what we're going to see. Let me back up. Because we're going to see a lot of people who they're 3 years removed from high school. And they're going to get the advice of, hey, just go give it a shot. Go hire an agent, get you a little bit of scratch, and go give it a shot. Train for the next 7 months. And they're not going to be on campus. And that, number one, is terrible advice.
Yeah.
Awful advice that I hope people don't listen to.
Right.
But there is going to be different situations where it puts them back in bad situations. And I'm specifically thinking about a couple local kids that could be the case. So I do hate to see that because they are in good environment.
Is there like a cutoff line in the mock draft where you would say, hey, you need to just go back to practice, as opposed to like, hey, you need to start working out ready for the draft?
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Where is that?
If I'm a day two guy, I'm gone.
Well, day two nowadays is draft or round two.
Yeah, 2 and 3. That's what I'm saying. Like if I'm top three rounds, I'm out.
Oh, I got.
But if I'm like a day 3 guy, day 3 could mean anything.
Don't risk it.
Like day 3 could mean like you could be undrafted free agent,
especially if there's people playing and you're not.
Right.
So if there's 3 conferences playing and you're not, and there's a whole bunch of people that can improve their draft status and you can't,
True that.
and you're not a first or second round guy, you better be really careful.
Like, I'll give a local guy as an example. Like, Sean Wade's straight.
Right.
Like, Sean Wade could have went late first round last year. So, like, him working on his craft,
a couple guys
training,
at FSU
and doing stuff is fine. Terry needs to play. Like, Tamarind Terry needs to play. Like, he'll get drafted, but him having another 1,000+ yard season with some more touchdowns puts him in top 10 wide receiver range. Marvin Jones. Marvin Wilson will get drafted, but let's say he comes back and he has the same year that Derrick Jones had out of Auburn. Now you're talking about the difference between being a second or third round pick and possibly being a top 15 pick.
Well, here's the other thing that happens is you may have had this year to develop.
Right.
Or this year, you may have been a starter this year, but there may be somebody behind you that's better. That just needed to develop.
Yeah.
And those guys are going to have to make a decision. Because now if you are a 4th round, 3rd day.
Well, where that comes in, that's where coaches give you some advice.
That's what I'm saying.
Whether you want the advice or whether you don't want the advice, you can come back. You're always welcome. But
like, because I heard that story about Corey Grant.
Not really.
Corey Grant left Auburn, and he didn't even have really good stats.
But he was probably told that.
Yeah, but he knew because he only got to play because of injuries. And he knew if I stay another year, I'm not even going to get on the field.
Right.
That's so smart. He bailed.
That's smart.
Right? You do see some of that as well.
Well, the one thing is that you would think the NCAA would do the same thing they did this year with grant the waiver, where if you don't get drafted, you get to come back. Like Arizona State's punter and a few other people. Actually, there's a couple guys at FSU who got the waiver granted for them. They just didn't come. They chose to not come back because they had a contract signed, so they liked their chances for where they were going to go. So I mean, there's a whole bunch of different ifs and what ifs and possibilities. Don't listen to. I try to tell people a lot. I even try to tell parents. Like sometimes, they'll ask me because I've been through the process and seen other people go through the process. Agents ain't just, and I want to explain to people, agents just ain't out here just telling random Joe Schmoes to go out here and let's go train for the combine.
They ain't gonna spend the money if they don't get it back.
Yeah, that's what I was telling. Like it's a $75,000 investment. It's more now.
More than that now.
It's more than that now. They got to get you right now. Like you brought up Trevor Lawrence, it's easy $600 between what you're. Well, what do you got to give him to live? Because Trevor Lawrence,
7 months of training, 7 months of living.
Let's put it like this: wherever you put Trevor Lawrence at,
he's
Trevor
not driving in a Camry.
He's not driving in the. He's not driving.
He's not training with anybody else.
He's not driving. He's not training with.
He's private.
Ducks.
Yep.
He's training private. He's not living out in Moncrief or Sutel. You got him hauled up in a place where very few people can see.
And he's not
him.
sharing that place.
Yeah, because, especially with COVID. Like you want to make sure everything is catered to him. And I'm just using him and high-end guys. But even your guys who were like me, you're still talking about you may have one roommate in a nice apartment where your food is covered, where your housing is covered, you have a stipend, you have all these other, your training's paid.
You're doing that for 7 months. That's
That's
near,
a lot.
Yeah, that's dang near 6 figures.
Right.
If you're doing that for that long. By the way, Lifestyle Enclosures text line, Tyler Eiferstad hit us up.
Okay.
Says student athletes that party during school are going to do so, regardless if there is a football season or not. Having a football season is not going to make these kids stop partying any less. Yes, it is. It is. It really is. I promise you that football players do not party as much during the season as if they didn't have a season.
I also think he's on your side.
What do you mean?
By saying like, hey, if they're going to be on campus, you might as well have them play because they're going to be.
Oh, I thought what he was saying is if there's a football season, they're going to party just as much as if there's not.
You party a little bit less because you don't really have time. You party on weekends
After the game.
After the game,
which the parties are. Yeah,
and those parties are that's dope. And don't get me wrong, I don't really know how they work during COVID, but I know in the pre-COVID era when I was there, they're pretty packed.
Bro, have you not seen the pictures?
I haven't been paying attention.
They're still pretty packed.
Okay, well, yeah. So like, but again, if you are just a regular college student athlete and you have no aspirations for going to the NFL or the next level, and you know whether you believe COVID dangerous, deadly, recover, whatever. If there are people who have gotten it, who are really, really elite, and it's put them on pause for a couple of seconds. We can all agree to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to go out and party in a room that's supposed to be occupied for 75 and has 200 in it and risk getting put on pause for a couple weeks?
If you're Kansas and you're like 0-7.
Yeah, like, okay, fine. I'm going to live my best life.
Exactly.
YOLO. But if I'm Notre Dame,
You're 7-0.
Ian Brock, is his name? Ian Book. If I'm Ian Book, I'm going to have the girls come to me. Like,
Tyler Eifert's dad's going to hate that, by the way.
Well, I mean, you can't really do that. Let me tell you this: one guy who went to Notre
testing
Dame,
at his door.
He was talking about he said this girl. He played football at Notre Dame from Jacksonville. Said this girl was hot, and she wasn't really. She was okay. She wasn't bad. She was a 5. She was 6. Damn, 6.
Okay,
that's not hot at all.
Okay,
that's hot to somebody. Now, listen, I'm not here to judge. He thought she looked great.
Okay,
but he's like, I went to Notre Dame, bro. He's like, y'all 7s at Florida State would be 12s here.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. How did you go to school? You knew that? You went on an official visit and you saw that. It was like, you know what?
You still decided to go.
Still decided to go here.
I mean, pros, cons.
Corn stalks, touchdown Jesus, and 5s being 10s.
And it's freezing.
And Rudy. And it's freezing. Oh, anyways, but that's a joke.
But Florida State, primo, top of the line. Always said that. I'll live by that.
I feel bad.
And that's from someone who hates that school.
I feel bad for some people, guys too. Yeah, because you could have been the most handsome. You could have been the most gorgeous person at your school, man or woman. You go to Florida State, it doesn't matter. Like, you are now not that person, more than likely. There's somebody better than you. So you got to get past that.
Do some sit-ups.
Yeah, do some sit-ups, go run.
I mean, we may need to have like a competition between Florida State and Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
well,
I don't know a lot about Georgia.
I thought you were about to say that other school.
Georgia's
pretty good. Georgia's pretty tough.
Yeah.
That's what made Tennessee, my thoughts on the Tennessee coach, questionable.
If your school
like, how are you going to leave one school where you're having trouble to go to another school where you may have more trouble?
If you're having, or if your school doesn't require like the greatest of grades to get in, you're going to have a more attractive student body.
Georgia's actually really hard to get into, man.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's a good school.
Yeah. It's kind of like Florida in that regard.
They just do a better job of looking at the picture that comes with the profile.
Now with social media, you just look them up. You just look them up.
But that being said, man, parties are going to happen. Yes. Players got to be smart, though, because, again, I would want to be put on pause. If I have an opportunity to go make some dough.
We're assuming there is going to be pauses, right? Like
with players
during the season with these games.
No.
You think they're just going to keep trucking?
They're either going to keep trucking or they're going to just cancel it.
Okay.
But I like what the guy
but what if like
Rafael Esparza said, like some of his I agree with that. Like they're going to do the conference championships and then that's just it.
I think he said they're not even going to do that.
Not even like just whoever has the most wins.
But wouldn't that be badass? The champion of the ACC versus the champion of the SEC. I mean, it might as well be the college football playoff.
Yeah, I mean that's what it. Ohio State had a chance this year, but I saw something the other day about the Big Ten. I think if you take Ohio State's championship out of what was that, 2015?
Sounds about right.
Since 2002.
Yeah, it was like
won it again.
Well, any Big Ten team it was crazy.
And they didn't really win it that year.
And it wasn't even like went to the final game of BCS or the new playoff.
Didn't they get rocked by Clemson?
Yes.
So they've won one national championship, I believe, and then they got demolished in one.
But then
or was it
that last year's Clemson game
Florida,
wasn't demolished?
And if you go back to what was that, 06?
Yeah, because 08 they played
Florida
Oklahoma.
demolished
06, yeah, they demolished them, and then they cheated Miami. The referees cheated Miami in 02.
Yeah,
I'm man enough to admit that they were cheated.
655 is actually 655 is right. Ole Miss. Well, I wouldn't call them king. Ole Miss is very talented.
I've heard.
Very.
But I also heard like way out west, Arizona State.
Arizona State and Arizona, yes. You heard the story about the defensive end played for the Ravens all the year with the Chiefs now. Can't think of his name. Anyways, he talked about he was going to Florida State, but then he went to Arizona State on his last visit due to his dad's wishes, and he went to a party. He went to a party and it changed his life. And he went to Arizona State.
Sun Devil for life now.
Yeah, he broke the sack record for college, but outside of that, he could have probably played in that couple national championships. But
let's take a break. When we come back, I want to get into a little bit of Jags talk. There was a mock draft today that had the Jags. Oh yeah,
Terrell Suggs.
That had the Jags picking number 1 overall. Are they really that bad to where every mock draft should have them picking number 1? We'll get to that coming up next.
1010XL.
I'm going really hard, baby. I love it. I love it. You smell that in there, baby. Great finish. That is a great finish.
Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Nice shot.
All offers are with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Summer clearance event.
Enjoy real buying power when you get your next new car, truck, or SUV from Jacksonville. Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Bay Meadows. Drive a brand new Ram truck from just $349 a month. You just can't get a better pickup or a better selection anywhere else. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP. Get 0% for 72 months. Dodge Charger or Challenger up to $7,000 off. Drive a new Jeep Wrangler Unlimited from just $289 a month. Find your way in a new Compass from just $189. Get a brand new Chrysler 300 and save up to $7,500. See our inventory at jaxcjdr.com. Come in for a test drive, or we can bring it to you. The safety and comfort of our customers is our highest priority. We need your trade and we'll buy it, even if you don't buy from us. Jacksonville, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, leading the way to real savings. I-295 and Bay Meadows.
After consulting with several orthopedic specialists about my constant knee pain, I chose Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and Dr. Chris Swanson to handle my surgery. Their professionalism let me know this team was the one for me. The surgery was very successful, and if I ever have a future need, I'll continue to trust Southeast Orthopedic Specialists to take care of me.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Dr. Eric Aguilar, retired U.S. Navy chief, is ready to serve as your next representative in Congress for Florida's 4th District, serving Nassau, St. John's, and parts of Duval County.
After serving the people of our country, it's time for me to continue my service for the people in our communities. I'm stepping up to the front line to work with families all across the First Coast, from Fernandina Beach and Hilliard to Jacksonville, down to St. Augustine, and everywhere in between. Are you ready to get to work with me?
Cast your vote by August 18th.
I'm Dr. Eric Aguilar, and I approve this message.
EricForCongress.com. Engagement ring shopping is enough of a challenge for your average guy, but try doing it while on a ship deployed hundreds of miles away.
My name's Andrew. I'm a Chief Petty Officer in the United States Navy, and I work in Mayport, Florida.
Andrew wanted to propose to his girlfriend when he returned, so he reached out to Diamonds Direct via email.
They had really great reviews while looking online, so I shot him an email telling him my story, that I was gone out at sea, wouldn't be back for 6 months. I gave her kind of my price range, and she was able to send me pictures and information about many different rings, and then I made my choice and picked it out.
Andrew made arrangements for a friend to bring him the ring as soon as his ship docked, and the proposal turned out to be a huge event.
And then the moment I walked off the brow onto the pier, my girlfriend was standing there, which is when I dropped to a knee and proposed to her. It was great. Hundreds of people there on the pier, and we were actually featured on the news.
Diamonds Direct.
They're extremely military friendly. If you're in the Navy and like me looking for an engagement ring, Diamonds Direct is an excellent place to go. They're going to take care of you.
Off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt.
Let's have lunch with Leon.
When you're NFL players, you do a lot of dumb things.
Former Jacksonville Pro Bowler Leon Searcy is serving up lunch on XL Primetime.
Brought to you by Wingstop. Weekdays from noon till 1:30 on 1010XL.
Hey, this is Sonny's Barbecue Pitmaster Shannon Snell back with another Pitmaster Pro tip. Never sauce your food too early when grilling or smoking. Barbecue sauces are normally high in sugar, so they need roughly 20 minutes of heat to caramelize on a piece of meat. Saucing too early will burn the sugars onto your meat, giving it a really bad appearance. If you're looking for a great tasting sauce, head into your local Sonny's and pick up a bottle, or order it online at sonnysbbq.com. Sonny's BBQ.
Hey, does your car still only play CDs? No Bluetooth? No CarPlay? You've got an old car, my friend. You know what's better than an old car? A less old car. Get a car or truck that's new to you with a great used car loan from 1-to-1 Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union. Get pre-approved for a loan and shop at any dealership in town. Get a low rate and get rid of that old car today. Apply online at 1to1fcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Odds are, when you're looking for the best plumbing service, it probably sounds something like this. Okay, Google, show me Roland Reach Plumbing. That's right. Roland Reach Plumbing is a Google guaranteed service, so you can be assured of work quality, background of employees, and the right service done on time, on budget. With satisfaction Google guaranteed. So for any plumbing issue, large or small, use the Bold City's best. Roland Reach Plumbing at plumberinjacks.com.
Peninsular Pest Control can help you with bugs inside and outside of your home. Our trained service technicians specialize in treating interior and exterior pest problems. Whether it's mosquito suppression or ant control, they stand behind their service. Schedule a free consultation by phone or online at crittergetter.com. Ask about the $30 discount on new services. Remember, Peninsular is your Critter Getter.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
It is the Sports Den on a Wednesday night, the late night of the Sports Den. Tomorrow night will be 8 o'clock.
Yes.
Friday night will be 8 o'clock. Make sure you tune in there. I'll get to the text line. Well, I'll go ahead and get to it now. The Lifestyle Enclosures text line, 400. 20 of the last 30 major national championship baseball, basketball, football are from the ACC, SEC.
Wow. We only talk about one college sport here, sir.
703, where would that ACC versus SEC game be played? We're literally just kidding. Like, we have no, I don't know.
Charlotte?
Central. Nah, I'm going to Charlotte.
Where's COVID Central? Here, right?
If nobody can go, then just put it in a high school and play it.
Yeah, but nah, man.
What does it matter?
Yeah, you could do it in your facility.
Why would we go to Charlotte when we get Magic City wings?
True that.
Did they deliver?
I'm sure they do DoorDash.
What's the adult establishment situation in Charlotte?
Oh boy, we can go hit up Scott. None of y'all want?
Does he in Charlotte?
I think so.
I don't know. I'm the wrong one to ask. I've only been to Charlotte to work football camp, so I've been in and out in a day. I've never stayed more than one night in Charlotte.
Downtown Charlotte got to be hurt right now.
Oh yeah. The Jags, everything that I see has the Jags picking number 1 overall, and it's kind of like, wow. I mean, that's
be more creative,
right? I mean,
there's got to be another team.
And everything I see has them, of course, taking Trevor Lawrence. If they pick number 1 overall, they should take Trevor Lawrence. He's a generational player. If they pick number 1, then that means that Gardner did not have a good year. So pretty self-explanatory. If you go 2-14 and you get the number 1 overall pick, you probably should pick Trevor Lawrence. Are they really that bad?
I mean, it's yet to be said. We've talked about the wide receiver group, which is young. And if they can all click, they'll be fine. New offensive coordinator. Got a good running game. The question mark is interior D-line and youth in the secondary. So, and obviously quarterback. But, like, if Gardner does what he did last year, which is all you can go, like, you really can only project based upon what you've seen. So, that's all it is. They're not bad enough to get the first overall pick, which is the problem. They're not good enough to build upon what you feel like they already have. So I guess they're using conventional wisdom, saying that the Jags will suck for Trevor.
Well, whenever I have a question about how good a team is, the thing that I always go to is Vegas.
Okay.
And so I've got the 2020 NFL win total projections. And in fact, they do have the Jags with the lowest win total at 4.5. So, I mean, Vegas is right more than they're wrong.
Yep.
They've got the bottom 5 is Miami, Carolina, Cincinnati, Washington, and the Jags. Miami with 6, Carolina and Cincinnati with 5.5, and Washington with 5. And then the Jags with 4.5. I don't know. I have to think, and I'm not going to get on here and act like I know everything about these other teams because I don't. But I have to think that the talent that the Jags have at some of the skill positions with Fournette and at the receiver position, it counts for something, right? I mean, do the Redskins have that talent?
No, I think the Redskins' quarterback situation is worse.
Agree.
Much worse.
Their running back situation now is worse.
Geis got arrested.
Yeah, he's around here. Apparently, he's been terrible situation. NFLPA, NFL, and the authorities messed that situation up because apparently that's what he's not practicing. He's hitting on her. So like, because there's been numerous times. It's
What
not
about the Panthers?
Panthers have
they have
CMC,
McCaffrey.
Yeah, and
what else?
They've got is it Ted Ginn? I think not Ted.
Teddy
Ginn.
Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater. So we don't know what his.
They
knee
might
is
still
like.
have Ted Ginn. They're gonna suck. They'll probably be right around the Jags. 5 wins, 6 wins.
My point is James, you said it best. I'm not saying the Jags are going to win 10 games.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't believe that right now they have the worst roster in the NFL.
Dolphins are going to probably trot out a rookie.
Yeah, who just came off of hip surgery.
Jets, nobody knows. I think it's fun and easy to pick on the Jacksonville Jaguars because the Jacksonville Jaguars make it easy to be picked on.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing else like about the city that people on the outside enjoy or embrace.
Right.
Miami is Miami, right?
Does anybody? I mean,
they've also had a reputation for being the absolute pits of the NFL for decades plus. Like, it's not like I hate this. Oh, the national media picks on us so bad.
Oh no!
Why do you think? I'm not talking about you guys, but I hear it at this station every freaking day.
Like when you average over a decade,
maybe if you didn't suck so bad every year.
So like over a decade with
one outlier
with the playoff run. But like I'm saying, like you would think this would make your average a little bit better, right? You average 5 wins a season.
Yeah, that was with 10 wins.
That's crazy. Like,
I mean, like Cincinnati though.
Oh, they're bad.
But they made the playoffs with Marvin.
No, but what I'm saying is right now, like does Burrow make them better than the Jags right now?
I don't think so.
They do have AJ Green back as well.
AJ Green is like
They have a great running back.
Everybody talks about Jalen. We just don't. Some of the stuff we just don't get. Like, because there's nothing else going on. AJ Green's trying to do everything in his power to get out of Cincinnati, and they just not letting him leave.
Especially last year. Yeah.
So I'm not looking for him to have a Pro Bowl season.
No, but it's better than last year not having him at all, and then they benched Dalton after like 7 games.
You've got,
but yeah, they have a terrible roster for sure.
There's a lot of bad teams, but I think Jaguars.
This has to be an old thing I'm looking at though.
With the first overall pick.
No, with the win totals because they have the Patriots at 9.5.
Yeah, no.
This has to be old.
No.
Yeah.
I just think we as Jaguar fans got to toughen up, have thick skin, and just know this is what's going to happen until you prove people otherwise.
Oh, I agree. I mean, I don't know how many games they're going to win. I don't believe they will have the number 1 overall pick based off of the order of finish. Now, depending on where the Rams pick, which in this has them at a win total of 8, so not that much, not that high. Depending on where the Rams finish, they could trade up to the number 1 pick, depending on who gets it. Like if Cincinnati were to get the number 1 pick, they're obviously not going to get Trevor Lawrence. They just took Burrow. So, I mean, depending on who gets it, they possibly could trade up. But I don't think the Jags end up with the number 1 overall pick based off wins and losses. Let me go to the phone line real quick. Nate's on the line. What's up, Nate?
Yeah, hey, man. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Good, man. Hey, I was just calling mainly about Trevor Lawrence. I was just curious what those comments are since you guys evaluate talent a whole lot more than I do. With Trevor getting kind of whipped last year, the national championship game, does that concern you guys at all? It doesn't sound like it has.
No, not in the least. I I think Trevor Lawrence is the best quarterback prospect to come out since Andrew Luck.
Yeah, I felt that way until last year's championship game, but it could be an outlier game. That's cool. I was just curious. And I agree with the Jags. National media crap. It's the same way I feel about the Arizona Cardinals. I give them about 5 seconds of time in my head.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, they suck. But everyone else feels the same way as we do about the Cardinals, if you think of it that way. Like, no one's hating on you, just they don't spend the time to even think about it. And I think we got a ton of talent.
Yeah, you're irrelevant.
That's almost interesting, though, because when you bring up the Cardinals, what's interesting about that is how one player can change, because I'm excited to see Kyler Murray.
But that's
with Hopkins.
Right. So what you have is somebody that can give you hope. Everybody we've ever had to give us hope, we get rid of. Or they're not great people.
We give them a contract and they don't pan out.
Yeah,
but
so,
that's fair, Nate. That's definitely a fair.
Unless they're a coach, they get plenty of time.
Right.
Which I'm okay
So
with.
much time.
Coach and GM don't matter. Yeah, no. Not at all. Appreciate it, Nate.
By the way, the Patriots overall over-under win total is still at 9.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Boy, Bill Belichick.
That's to respect the Bill.
Of course.
Wow.
But, I mean, would you take that under?
I'm not. I think
I'm
he's
not
got some
touching
things
that.
that he can do with Cam.
Especially with that division.
And he's got such a chip on his shoulder this year. He's like, oh, all these guys want to bounce. Tom Brady bounces. These guys want to opt out.
Cam extra sassy right now.
Oh, did you see that?
Hello.
He had that Mrs. Doubtfire little hoodie thing on. Not a hood, but like old Russian moms. They wear like something over their head. Yeah, but it goes all around your head.
Let me drop something on Cam about Cam for y'all. I just recently have heard that Cam has spent the last year like completely overhauling his mechanics. If you remember, like I used to talk about how his arm was going to wear out, all that kind of stuff. Kind of like very similar to what you sent me about Blackman. Very similar. Like there's two main ways that people teach mechanics in football. There's the old way, and then there's the Tom House way, which is the way I teach. I saw a video of Cam throwing the other day. Looked fantastic.
Something that my girl Sheena told me, who covers the Panthers. He's never been healthy. He's never had a year off.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this is the first time that he might be 100% to start a season off, which could be good for him. I don't know.
If he like the mechanics thing is funny because it's fairly easy to do it with whatever mechanics you've changed. It's fairly easy to do it with the yellow jersey on or a red jersey on. If you can maintain that in a game, like if he can maintain in a game, the video that I saw of him that was sent to me this weekend, very solid. Like went from a disaster mechanically to something I would actually use as teaching tape.
Look at your DM on Twitter.
Okay, I will in just a second.
And then tell me about mechanics.
Oh, you're telling me that right to look at it right now?
Yes.
Oh, is it that bad?
It's so bad.
Oh dear.
I just love when we get sassy, Cam.
This is ultimate sass.
I'm getting there.
This is old Russian mom sass.
That's 10 wins right there.
Yeah, easy.
Jeez, Cam.
When he's dressing like that, when he's dressing like Tyler, like Medea, no, we got something
unironically
going. We got something going. That's when he's confident. That's when he's in his full swag mode.
A guy low on confidence does not walk into a press conference like that.
Wow.
It's just the way he talks. Like it just reminds me of like being around my great aunts when they're having
the way he dresses.
Reminds me
about my great aunts.
Yeah, I mean the whole thing. Forget the way he talks.
Auntie Kim.
To Nate's point, by the way, about Trevor Lawrence, the last two games that he played last year, semifinals and the final game, in one he completed 54% of his passes, the other one 48%. Now he didn't throw a pick in either one. If you remember the semifinal game, he got rocked.
Yeah, Sean knocked him out for a quarter. Basically, he was around, but he wasn't there.
But he had that big run. Was that in the title game?
No, that was the semifinal. And that's what I was going to say. Like
after he got rocked.
The semifinal game, he threw for 259 against Ohio State and ran for 107.
Most on that. Was it 75-yard run?
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah. And then in the national title game against LSU, they just got behind so early. Like, I mean, that's hard to judge. But those two games don't do anything as far as my confidence goes in Trevor Lawrence. Let's get to break, and then we'll get. Is it 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock already.
All right, 8 o'clock coming up next.
Who are you? Bruce Wayne. He's not Batman. He's the fat man who isn't overweight. Fat Tony. Fat Tony. 10 to noon weekdays on 1010XL.
The Truck Accident Law Firm is a national truck crash law firm based right here in Jacksonville, focused on making First Coast roads safer through zealous advocacy for families of those injured or killed by unsafe trucking. The Truck Accident Law Firm focuses exclusively on tractor trailer, bus, and commercial vehicle crashes. If someone you know is involved in a serious crash with a tractor trailer or commercial vehicle, contact your local truck crash specialists at truckcrashlaw.com. Non-attorney spokesperson.
If your facility and equipment play a big part in making your company successful, it makes sense to choose the right partner to help preserve it. Jason Parker here with Performance Paint. Whether your project requires sandblasting, specialty coatings, or waterproofing, we can help. Our team takes pride in solving the most difficult corrosion and coatings challenges, and we do it with safety as our highest priority. Performance Painting, quality coatings, applied with pride.
Performance Painting. Well, they've done it again. The Next Tire Outlet store is now open in Arlington, the 12th location. It's a brand new facility with all new equipment for your full service car repair and tire needs. Tire Outlet will be doing tons of grand opening specials too, starting with $18.99 oil changes during the entire month of August. So get out there and visit the brand new Tire Outlet location on the corner of Fort Caroline and Merrill Road.
Wholesale prices, premium service, Tire Outlet.
Instant Keys specializes in creating replacement automotive keys and keyless entry remotes, even when all the originals are lost or broken. Instant Keys provides expert service for nearly every foreign and domestic vehicle, including the high-end luxury models like BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, and Infiniti. With Instant Keys, you'll get dealership-level service at a fraction of the cost without the hassles. For honest professional locksmith service, call the best around. Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Hi, I'm Don with J-Dog Junk Removal. In light of today's health concerns, we want you to know we are taking the required safety precautions during the removal process. As veterans, we always go above and beyond. If you have unwanted items at your home that need to be removed, let us pick them up for you. You create the stack, and we can be in and out quick. Or we can help any homeowner safely declutter. J-Dog Junk Removal, veteran-owned and veteran-operated. Call 844-GET-JDOG or visit jdog.com and enter your zip code.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey folks, Hicken here. Have you heard about Zero Res? Zero Res is the only way to clean your carpet and tile the right way. It's all about the technology. Zero Res uses its patented powered water that cleans beautifully without using any soaps, detergents, or harmful chemicals. Man, I had Zero Res in my home this year, and I can tell you, after 17 years in that house, never looked better, never smelled better. Call now, get 3 rooms of carpet clean for $129. Remember to mention Dan and get an additional room cleaned for free. That's right, the 4th room is on me. Zero Res, spell it forwards or backwards, the right way to clean.
Like working outdoors and want better pay and benefits? Superior Fence and Rail is seeking full-time fence installers with pay ranging from $16 to $25 an hour and more with commercial experience. Superior Fence and Rail will train you to work with their professional team and provide you with all the tools you need to be a top-notch installer. Get off the fence. Call Superior Fence and Rail today and start your career.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Tom McManus.
I'm looking for a big contract next year. I ain't putting my body through that.
Tom McManus joins Jaguars Today every Friday morning.
It's my opinion.
10 to noon. Brought to you by McGowan's, the official heating and air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Russ Libby here at Hidden Hills, inviting you to come out and play our golf course and get away from life's troubles. Enjoy a fun and safe round on one of the most stunning layouts in Florida, and we'll take good care of you. Hidden Hills Golf Club, Monument Road.
Your AC's broke, it ain't no joke. Call Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. FloridaHomeAC.com.
Ackerman Urology has the latest options for improving men's health and vitality. Our board-certified urologists treat prostate disease and sexual health issues to ensure your confidence and wellness. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
Call Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road, We want to win your business with honest and upfront transmission service. I'm Robin Sidbury, the owner. That's a promise from me. Get traction. Call action at 744-0755.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
You mad, bro?
1010XL 92.5 FM. Join us in the sports den. Call or text 641-1010.
Open up your heart and let that hang out.
8 o'clock brought to you every night by Loose Air Quality, L-U-C-E, airquality.com. Environmental testing for your home or your business at Loose Air Quality. If you think you've got mold issues, that's where you need to go. You don't want to live in mold. It's not going to go away if you ignore it. You need to get it dealt with. You need to find out first if you have it and where you have it and how bad it is. That's what Loose Air Quality does for you. Water damage or fire damage, if you've had that recently, you need to get them out there as well. Complete air quality testing. If you own a bunch of properties, if you're a property manager or commercial owner or anything like that, Loose Air Quality can help you as well. Give them a call at 904-803-1014. That's 904-803-1014. That's Loose, L-U-C-E, airquality.com. 8 o'clock. What do you guys got?
None really. My stuff is all, I guess, myself, if anything else.
You're hating on yourself?
It's good to be self-critical.
Yeah, what barbers and stuff been open for about, like 3 months?
Huh?
Barbers.
At least.
Yeah.
They were open like May.
Hair salons, all that stuff like that. And before this, I should have been done it. I should have been done something with my hair. Like, got to retwist, any of that stuff. Now I'm dreading tomorrow. I got to book, because I can't go home.
No pun intended.
And do stuff like looking all kind of way. I got to put my best foot forward.
Okay.
Mom said the news camera's gonna be out there. I got to make sure I look good. Now I got to go sit here and know that my hair ain't. I haven't had it retwisted since like November. I've almost gone a whole year.
How often is that usually a thing?
Actually, I said November, December. That's a lot. Yeah, December. I get it during football season. I get it done every 3 weeks.
Oh, damn.
When I'm on TV, because I want to make sure I'm sitting next to Chris Porter, man. Got to make sure that Chris is going to be dressed. I got to make sure I look decent. But it wasn't really. It was my fault for being lazy and missing the mark. But what it came down to is when they did the shutdown after football season. I didn't need to have it right away, and then I couldn't get in before the combine, and then they shut everything down.
Do they make you wear masks if you're getting a haircut?
I had to, when I go get my beard taped, I got to wear it when I go in. But once they wear a mask.
But when you're in the chair, though,
no,
you can take it off.
No, when you're in the chair, you take it off.
Yeah.
They wear a mask and gloves.
See, I wish that I had a bracelet that was like COVID survivor. Don't worry about me. It's like, don't give me a look because I'm not wearing a mask.
So you're
or whatever.
really counting on this antibody stuff sticking?
Yeah, dude. How are the people that think that you're just going to get it again? I mean, there's literally nothing to back that up. So yeah, I'm going to go with what's been happening. I mean, maybe a year from now or whatever, but yeah, right now, you'd be a fool to think that you could just get it again. Like, don't you think that would be the leading story every night from the fear porn media? Oh my God, this guy got it again. We're all going to get it again. Like, you don't hear about that.
I've heard it like sporadically, but not
sparingly.
Yeah,
not consistent.
No, not anything at all consistent.
So that's what I'm running with.
Like, I'm asking that because like I'm hanging on to hope with that. I have not had it yet. I did not test positive for the antibodies.
You lose the antibodies after a certain amount of months, but you still have the I don't know what the word is. Your body is still able to fight it off. Yeah, even without the antibodies, if you've still had it. That's going on one New York Times article I've read, but yes.
Yeah, I hope that is true for.
But my point is like the mask shaming, it needs to end. I just saw Terry Stotts, who's the coach of the Trailblazers. They're in a bubble, right? Everybody gets tested every day, okay? There's been 0 positive tests. He was just caught on a hot mic while being interviewed saying, I'm going to wear my mask during the interview, but the Lakers don't. It's like, just for that, LeBron is going to sweep your ass, dude.
Yeah, I think that's more of an optics thing, right? That's more of like, because I made a comment about that, about how they're being tested every single day, but yet they're spacing out on the bench, all that kind of stuff. And
you're right.
And it was like, I got, 15 people that were like, dude, it's just to let the rest of the country to know what to do.
Like we need them to.
I'm like,
thanks.
you know what? You're right. I'm wrong. When I'm in doubt, I always look towards NBA players.
Lou Williams.
Right.
Which, okay. That's my hate o'clock. I'm glad you just brought that up. There was this amazing song that just dropped. I say amazing jokingly. It's we talked about that. I bet we already talked about that. Never mind. I can't hate on that no more. It's just people. My hate is people still talking about it.
I haven't heard this.
Wow.
It's terrible.
It's all. It's not. It's never.
First of all, as an Italian American,
it's not.
I'm super offended.
That was the first thing that I thought. Like, why isn't that? But I guess it's an acronym, and for the acronym, if you're an Italian woman, I guess it's real. Ben Shapiro basically let us know that he doesn't get it.
Are we allowed to play that?
No, gosh.
Yes,
no.
This is what would happen, JJ, if you played that. Beep, 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 beep.
They're playing it on the radio.
No, it's a Cardi B song.
But we can't play it.
No, they're playing on the radio, and
it's not
you know
the
how
same.
you said accidentally heard it?
Yeah.
I accidentally heard
What did you change? Because I changed.
No, I'm training. Like, I can't.
Oh, but that's the one thing that I told you would happen.
No, I got you.
I'm listening to it now. It's very sexual.
And so I listened to it like for a second, and I'm like, this is awful.
Man, Plies, one of my favorite bubblegum rappers. I call him Bubblegum because I don't get anything intellectual out of it. I like his Instagram and Twitter rants more than I like his music. But when he first came out, he was fire. He had this song called Miss Pretty, the last word in WAP. And it was very descriptive. No uproar. Sold a lot of records.
There's been an uproar about this?
Oh,
I mean, other than the one that you said.
No, everybody,
I'm
like
sure the
everywhere,
Italian American
everywhere on Twitter, Ben Shapiro read the lyrics. Some guy, some politics guy, and then he said that his wife said that, he was a doctor, said that if your lady is experiencing WAP, then there might be a whatever. It's something wrong with her. It's something wrong with her with the letter.
Her regions.
But every gynecologist like in America came out and said, nah, that's no, Ben, your wife literally just told you you don't create or inspire WAP in her.
Wait,
Jeez.
what?
Okay, we're not. I don't even want to get. I know. I don't even want to get. Like we're giving this stupid ass song too much play.
I might have a terrible take in the hip hop world. I'm not sure, but dude, I don't get the Cardi B thing. She sucks.
It's nothing with her raps. It's Cardi's
616.
She's hot.
Yeah, it's just like she's paid for it, and hey, whatever.
I'm just like I don't get the music. I never did.
Is this something about somebody's kids?
No.
Okay.
No, it's a question about you.
Because MFTK, if so.
Yeah. No, it's a question about you. I have like a more tame hate o'clock, and it takes us to pro football talk again. I hate stupid headlines. I can't stand it. And this headline to me, here you go. Jamal Adams fitting in with Seahawks is the headline.
Okay.
Jamal Adams would fit in with
anybody.
Jamal Adams is one of the best players in the NFL.
It comes from people not understanding that his employer wanted to get rid of him and he was upset. He didn't want to be there. Jamal Adams, outside of that, can we think of any other time Jamal Adams has been a problem?
Can you think of any other safety as good as Jamal Adams right now?
No.
I mean,
I
don't understand the Jamal Adams hate.
If Jamal Adams went to Seattle and the headline was Jamal Adams absolutely destroying the locker room, we'd be like, yo, this guy's a jerk. Like, Cancer.
Right. I mean, but is he, I know AB headlines sell. Right. I know anything you put about Antonio Brown
Call me Mr. Big Chest.
is going to get clicks, and we're going to talk about it and all that kind of stuff.
Because he's rad.
Jamal Adams isn't that guy. Like, why would you? In a time where there's finally all these camps opening, your headline is Jamal Adams fitting in with the Seahawks? Like, I want to know. I'm still trying to find out who is allowing fans and who's not on the NFL level.
Well, Jerry said bump the vid. We welcome all vids.
I also saw that there was a MLS game tonight, or maybe it was like whatever divisions below MLS in Texas, where they're allowing 3,000 fans and you have to sign a waiver to get in. That's
how much does the stadium seat?
A lot more than that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I would just wonder what percentage.
I think it was like 10, maybe.
I'm curious about because FSU took my money
for your season ticket.
Yeah, and on Monday I think we're doing our like the pool, like because it's like they give you 3 games. And I'm eligible for
like a lottery.
3 game packs, and which kind of sucks because the 5 in total was it 6? Whatever. The total amount of games is cool. It's like but when you have to go in by 3s, you're missing one of the good ones. But I haven't been asked to sign a waiver or anything yet.
So they're not discounting anyone, or like I guess they're just gonna keep waiting.
Like I didn't have to pay. I think it's like $600 or $700 cheaper now because of the games that were missed, or so it was something like that.
I actually want to come back and talk about this whole fan thing. But before we do that, I will say this. I saw this picture today. I want to talk about fans in sports. This is a concert. I don't even know where it was. I don't know if y'all saw this.
Europe.
Was it Europe?
Mm-hmm.
Where they're sitting in their own little it was
basically
in Newcastle,
VIP.
England. Yes.
Dude,
so
I want that forever.
For the listeners, they're all spread out at a concert on a
platform.
Huge green lawn, but like they're on their own separate platform with your like 2 friends, and then 6 feet apart from there's another one that's like and you're gated in. Yeah,
gates.
I will go to concerts if that's the case. Like that needs to be.
Oh, that's terrible.
The new normal.
If they come up and serve you, I'm going to more concerts.
It looked like you had your own little table and everything.
I'm going to more concerts.
But like young people aren't going to be into that.
Why?
Because there's not like a mosh pit and you're rubbing shoulders. You got your girl on your shoulder. Like, it's fun. You're passing the joint around. Like,
this was around the time when I went to the Luke Bryan concert and was in the little middle area.
Listen,
and it was fun, but I'm cool with the VIP.
I mean, I'm not saying I would go to a Cardi B concert, but I would definitely go to more concerts if this were the situation.
I could see that. I could see you liking that.
Yeah.
I can see you at a Cardi B
concert. Imagine a Cardi B concert with that setup. Oh my God.
Let's take a break. When we come back, I do want to get into this fans in the stands type of thing and figure out, like, we've asked the questions a million times of would you go? We'll ask that question again, but it's interesting what the Cowboys are proposing. We'll get to that coming up next.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Sports entertainment for the First Coast.
Is this not why you are here?
This is Jack Sports Radio, 1010XL.
Pyramex is a national leader in safety products, and you can find them at Ritz Safety in Jacksonville. Safety eyewear, goggles, hard hats, and more in stock and ready to ship. Keep your workers protected with proven industry-leading PPE from Pyramex at great prices. Visit ritzsafety.com to order or stop by the Phillips Highway location to see their wide array of Pyramex products. Pyramex and Ritz Safety, a winning combo to help your team stay safe on the job.
All offers are with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Summer clearance event. Enjoy real buying power when you get your next new car, truck, or SUV from Jacksonville. Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Bay Meadows. Drive a brand new Ram truck from just $349 a month. You just can't get a better pickup or a better selection anywhere else. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP. Get 0% for 72 months. Dodge Charger or Challenger up to $7,000 off. Drive a new Jeep Wrangler Unlimited from just $289 a month. Find your way in a new Compass from just $189. Get a brand new Chrysler 300 and save up to $7,500. See our inventory at jaxtjdr.com. Come in for a test test drive, or we can bring it to you. The safety and comfort of our customers is our highest priority. We need your trade and we'll buy it, even if you don't buy from us. Jacksonville, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, leading the way to real savings. I-295 and Bay Meadows.
As an investor, what do you get from a discount broker or mutual fund? Not much. But if you're seeking planning, financial architecture, direction, and personal interaction, we're a fee-based, independent, credentialed financial advisor. We are Capital Dimensions Wealth Management, a Jacksonville-based firm that performs in-depth analysis and on-site interviews with companies globally before investing our clients' money. If we can help, call 730-3877 or drop by our office on University Boulevard. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA and SIPC.
That's what sleeping with a CPAP sounds like. If you can't use CPAP, imagine pressing a button and it sounding like this. That's sleeping with Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body with one click of a remote. That's right, just a button. If you have sleep apnea, great sleep awaits at inspiresleep.com. That's inspiresleep.com. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation. No mask, no hose, just sleep.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Peninsular Pest Control has served homes and businesses in Northeast Florida since 1954. This family-owned and operated business is continually recognized and awarded for outstanding customer service, receiving annual Super Service Awards from Angie's List and the Bold City's Best Award from Jacksonville.com. Schedule a free consultation by phone or online at crittergetter.com. Remember, Peninsular is your critter getter.
Mike Hogan, your Duval County Supervisor of Elections, wants to remind you that early voting is going on now. Avoid surprises on Election Day by voting early now through August 16th. Visit DuvalElections.com for early voting dates, times, and locations.
I'm Hayes Carline. Get news, rumors, and my thoughts on your favorite team as they get ready for the regular season. Find my blog at 1010XL.com, brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing.
You missing live sports? Then now's the time to order a custom set of cornhole boards and learn the best social distancing sport around. Visit Mystic Cornhole on Phillips Highway and pick up your new set today from MysticCornholeCompany.com.
Looking to upgrade your old wardrobe? Let Mariano's Custom Tailor on Beach Boulevard custom make suits and shirts for you. We also do alterations. Come to our store or we'll come to you. Mariano's Custom Tailor, the local expert at making you look great.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. Are the company's Zoom calls getting boring? Might be a good time to order some new logo caps or temporary tattoos. Check them out online at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
I just thought about this at the break before we get into the whole crowd question. If I missed something on this, I apologize for bringing this up on air. What is the NBA's plans for next season?
That's the $50,000 question or whatever the hell it is.
Because they would be reporting to camp in, what, a month?
No. They pushed it back to December.
No. In a normal year.
Yeah, it would be end of October-ish. But September they start training camp.
So that right now what they're saying is that they're going to report in December to camps?
No, December is when the season starts.
What?
And so they're assuming they're going to play like baseball is, like at their own arenas. But I wouldn't like to, but I would assume that that's not happening. And they'll probably just do like 2 bubbles maybe. West Coast bubble, East Coast bubble. I don't know.
So if you go and you win the NBA championship, which isn't going to end until October, right?
Yeah, crazy.
You go home for a month and then you're right back in a bubble?
I don't even think it's a month.
They can't do it that quick, you think?
They are doing it that quick.
That's why I'm asking. Like that's
soccer the same way. They ended like just now and they're starting. There's leagues that already restarted.
I figured they give them to January and then try to have like the 2022 season be normal.
That's the thing. Like
some time to heal.
They want to still keep the 82 game season. So to do that, you can't really start later than, unless you want to start pushing the season into July instead of ending in June. Which, I mean, why does it hurt? I don't understand. Like,
That's
you're
not a
just
bad
going up
idea.
against baseball.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Like, I mean, the Christmas Day games are kind of cool.
I think that's when they want to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I like those.
They did that on the lockout year. Maybe, what was that, 10 years ago now? They didn't start till Christmas Day. It seemed to work out.
But outside of that, does anybody pay attention before then?
Just like me and RJ type people that really love it. But with college football out of the way, yeah, there's going to be a lot of people taking the place of Saturday viewings.
Oh, I just thought about that, man. My favorite time of year.
Bowl season.
It's
over.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
It's a wrap.
I'm actually one of the people who still, like,
that commercial. Oh.
Damn it, COVID. Now I'm hurt. Now I'm mad. I just realized I'm the only person who's going to be upset about this.
It's probably going to kill a lot of bowls, unfortunately.
Oh, no doubt. There's more bowl slots available than teams that are actually playing right now.
Yeah. Everybody gets a bowling bite.
I got an idea. I got to hit my boy up. It's not going to feel that. It's not going to affect anybody else. It's just except my pockets. But
nice.
When there's a void, there always has to be something to fill it. But,
exactly.
It still hurts because of what it brings to the cities. Like, I would have never known about Jacksonville had it not been for the
Never heard of it.
Never heard of Jacksonville.
I heard about it, but like I've literally Jacksonville.
Wait, you said when you played the bowl game here that you left and said I'll never live in Jacksonville. So how did that help Jacksonville?
Facts, but I'm saying I would have never
even known to
known that I hated it had I not gone to the bowl game because Jacksonville was always we're going to Cocoa Beach. You kind of just matter of fact, the one time my mom went through the city and didn't take 295, she got pulled over. She was just like, I'm never doing that again. Like, even to this day, when she comes to visit me, she's like, I'm going to 95. I don't want to get pulled over. I say, Mom, that happened like in 98. You got to get over it, woman. It's a whole different city now.
I mean, it is interesting, though, when you think about because basketball was the first sport affected.
Mm-hmm.
College basketball really affected. And now, I mean, college basketball starts and
dude, they're gonna go 2 years without a college basketball tournament.
No, bump the Big Ten in Pac-12. They will not. Leonard Hamilton will have his
dude, y'all did
his glory.
And Florida State just got a huge recruit apparently.
Y'all
are just a straight up basketball school.
We've always been basketball.
How embarrassing!
Like, I mean, listen, like you got to know where you're good at.
By the way, and I'm sorry, I plugged something else, and now I'm not even going to get to it, but bump it. Does it rub anybody else the wrong way if this Big Ten commissioner's kid ends up playing?
What? Where?
The Big Ten commissioner's son is a player at Mississippi State.
Whoa, how hilarious.
Y'all didn't know this?
No.
No, I didn't.
Yes.
You got to tell him to sit out to save face.
He went to IMG, and now he plays at Mississippi State. Right? Yeah, you do. There's no way
you're
he
not
can
gonna,
allow his
You're
son
not
to
going to
play.
embarrass me, son.
There's no way, right? Like, do you know? Have you seen the Big Ten commissioner? Do you know who he is?
He's a brother.
Is he? I didn't know
He
that.
just threatened Nebraska.
Well, that's not going to work out well. What do you threaten Nebraska with?
Saying that he's going to kick
You're
him out.
not going to play.
No, we'll kick you out.
We're not going to let you
kick
play.
them out. There's 3 other conferences that would bid for Nebraska.
Yeah, but
the
those
one
three
that they
other
were just
conferences
in
don't give you $50 million. Their share isn't. The Big Ten does have the biggest TV share right now.
Really?
Yeah, I guess by a lot.
I don't think that's a huge. I think any threat he gives right now is in poor taste.
Now that I agree with.
But I am going to be dialed in. I don't know his kid's name. I'm assuming his last name's Warren. I don't know, but I'm going to be dialed in to see if this kid is playing at Mississippi. I want to know, is he at workouts right now? Because if his dad has deemed it medically necessary to stop the whole season, has he brought the kid home?
Yeah, is he quarantining?
Right.
The funniest thing about all of this,
Mike Leach seemed like a real stickler for pandemic rules. Do y'all?
He doesn't believe in this.
Right.
Everybody's been ripping him for this, though.
Well, what were you going to say? I'm sorry.
I think it's funny that it's sad more than funny, but that Iowa State's able to play, but Iowa can't play because of COVID. You know, like Notre Dame can play, and they're in the same state, obviously. Notre Dame can play, but it's not safe for Indiana or Purdue to play. Literally no sense. There's no rhyme or reason for any of this.
Well, I the one thing I will tell SEC, ACC,
Big
12 supporters, be careful with your
Oh,
cockiness
yeah.
right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, don't stick your chest out with, it just means more here. Easy for a second.
Wait till something bad happens.
Wait till the first game is even played.
Also,
and then rub their faces.
Right. Then you can do it all you want to.
Let's look at it like this. The Big Ten does have a kid in the Indiana offensive lineman who is a freshman, who had COVID, who is having heart issues with his recovery.
There's going to be that for the SEC and ACC.
Right, but I think his thing. I'm not saying that you should or shouldn't, but until they know more about the recovery process of it, I think that has some. And there will be more of it, but they just don't have it right now.
So
if Alabama, like if Mac Jones, I don't want to wish anything on anybody, but I'm just using him as an example.
Well, then use somebody else.
Well, he's supposed to be the starting quarterback. That's the reason why I'm using it. Had an issue like that, it would be more. But I'm with you. Like, we should be careful with poking our chest out, because we might be saying the same thing in 3-4 months if the level of play is really, really, really down. And I'm not saying I don't think this will happen. A good, like, you have 10% of those players in those leagues end up having COVID or COVID related illness.
Have to sit out.
And have to sit out. We'll sit back and question ourselves. Right now, it looks like we're on the right side of history, and I hope we are. I say we.
I don't even think people care about right side or wrong side or whatever. It's just like, I think Matt brought up a great point today. It's now a moral thing. It's like, you either believe, hey, we have to keep everybody safe, or you believe, hey, we got to get things back going again. It's really as simple as that. And it goes for like every walk of life, every job, every anything.
Can I be honest?
Where are you at right now?
I don't know what to believe with either one of them. I don't even have an opinion on that. Like, if somebody asks me, do you think they should play football? I don't know.
Right.
I honestly don't know. I don't. Like,
I think they're adults. And it seems like a lot of them want to play. If their school is open, this is just my opinion, obviously. If the school is open, I think they should be allowed to
see,
play.
that makes perfect sense
to me.
I agree with it. Yeah, and what James just said makes perfect sense to me. I'm like, both things make sense.
Right. That's the problem with everybody, is we don't believe two things can be true at the same time. It has to be one way or the other. It's win or lose. Like, it's not.
With that being said, I hate the Big Ten.
Without doubt. Big Ten and Pac-12 has made our lives harder.
They're dead to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even like think about the Pac-12, so they don't affect me as much.
Right.
But the Big Ten, I like the Pac-12's never done anything to harm me. They've never done anything to harm anybody.
I hate Oregon.
I didn't like the Big Ten's arrogance to think that, like, oh, everyone else is gonna follow. Like, after we make this decision, it's like, who do you think you are?
It's not even just that. It's cowardice. Make a decision. Like the ACC, when they said
they
playing,
backtracked.
We're playing. Nah, we're bummed. SEC, we'll give ourselves enough time.
SEC
we'll give
not really saying that.
We're gonna give ourselves enough time. Blah blah blah. Like ACC double down. Like, nah, dog. This ain't the conversation we had, Big Ten. Hey guys, I'm thinking about, like, I don't know if you guys are a little worried or not.
And they did sound like that.
But I think I've been thinking that maybe we should just chill out and play in the spring. Easy for you to say. We got kids who want to go to the NFL in the South.
Yeah.
We're good in basketball.
Sucks up there.
We're good in basketball in the ACC, and we expect to win national championships. We're not going to have your little football interrupting our national championship in basketball.
I love the FSU narrative. That's awesome.
No, what I'm saying, ACC doesn't care about
football.
I
know. I'm just saying. But you can say that now.
I can say that now, yeah.
You're one of them.
Yeah, I'm one.
The guy who put a hit out on his basketball coach 4 years ago.
That was a misunderstanding. That was a misunderstanding.
Is you're not going to tell me that this is all about player safety, and then in the same press conference say that you want a spring season.
Right.
Meaning that these kids would have to play back-to-back seasons. I don't think it will either, but I just think it's like so disingenuous to tell me this is about their safety. Like, I'm not an idiot. I realize that football is the most unhealthy sport out of all of the team sports.
Listen, I was listening to Frangie earlier, and he was talking about Ryan Day. And he was saying, and I don't have the sound. I don't know anything about this, but he said Ryan Day says something about, well, if we play in January, and he was talking about player safety. And then he said, well, if we play in January, the incoming freshmen will be able to play. Whoa! So you want them to play a high school season, then play your spring season, and then turn around and play your fall season, and you're talking about you care about them?
Listen, man. Listen, I've been saying, people get mad. Guys, people get mad at me. I've had people like, James, how can you do book bag drives? How can you do all these other things and say MFTK? I'm just preparing your children for the world, baby.
Yes.
Ryan Day clearly just told every kid MFTK. Your young kid that's coming in, we think it's smart for you to play 3 football seasons in less than
1 year.
In less than 15 months.
That is so crazy to me.
That dude don't care nothing about your child. He just
the man who coached under Urban Meyer.
Yes, I applaud him for that. I applaud him for his consistency.
We got to talk about Herbs.
Not only can you catch the COVID, you can catch ACLs, soft tissue injuries, and CTE all in 1 month. Come to the Big Ten, baby.
And freeze. And freeze.
All while playing games.
Oh, the weather.
15 feet of snow.
You get frostbite in addition to all of that.
Imagine Ryan Day coming into Jacksonville, Florida, coming into Miami saying, hey, listen, this is what we're going to do for your son. Your son's going to come up here after he plays this grueling high school season. He's going to come in. He's going to see his first ever snow. And we're going to practice. And he's going to play in 3 months of snow that he's never seen before, nor practice, and probably get hypothermia as well as COVID.
Pneumonia.
Then we're going to send him back home for a month and come back and have camp so that we can get ready.
No, not even. Because here's the crazy thing. They want to start in January and get it done in March so they can have spring ball.
A spring game after that. Hilarious.
I mean, think about that.
Man, these guys.
How much are they getting paid again? Oh, yeah.
These guys are shout out, man.
High school season, college season, spring ball, summer workouts, and then your sophomore season.
My son ain't passing the Mason-Dixon line from this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy stuff. Where are we at on breaks? Are we good?
Yeah, we're good till about 45-ish.
Okay, so let me get to this Cowboys plan. So, I don't know if this just the Cowboys. Cowboys are saying in Texas right now, they're saying that they're planning on having sporting events at 50% capacity. So for AT&T Stadium, that would mean like 40 to 50,000 people. It's a huge stadium. The NFL is now using the word pods when discussing fans. They're talking about the idea is to seat parties as big as 10 or 15 people together and then have them socially distanced from other parties in the stands. So you would go with, 10, 15 of your closest friends, and then y'all would be distanced from whoever is up next.
I wish they would do that with all of this stuff.
I agree. Like, that's where I was going. There's so many there's so many things that just are so cool about this. But it's not going to happen. And
you also have to have a group of 10 people that you know that are willing to go to the game with you.
And spend the money, right.
Yeah. I usually go with like one homeboy.
Well, Jones was saying in his press conference, he says, we have a stadium that has 3 million square feet in it. When you look at a number in the stadium, don't think that number's getting together out there. They're not. It'll be pods of possibly 5, 10, 15 different people. Our stadium is well suited to put together numbers of people that have elected to come and watch the Dallas Cowboys play. I won't speculate on that number. Jones also noted the stadium's naturally built airflow.
I love this.
As a reason the franchise could pull it off.
COVID can't come in AT&T.
Wouldn't that make COVID more efficient?
I don't know.
With the airflow?
I don't know.
You can circulate COVID. That cough that would normally go 6 feet because of the naturally built airflow
that's good
can now go 82 feet.
Yeah.
But what about this? Isn't there a mall in Cowboy Stadium?
I wouldn't be
Not
surprised.
a mall. No, I've been
Like
there.
stores?
Yeah, they're stores. Yeah.
So, like, how does those people get affected? How does the restaurants get affected? Like,
I'm sure they don't open them.
Yeah, they're not gonna have like Bud Light Club.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. I mean, I went to Cowboy Stadium for the first time last year, and I was blown away. Even after all the hype that it's gotten, and I even told Angie on the way, I'm like, we're gonna get there, and it's not gonna be. We got there like an hour and a half early, and the hour and a half flew by because I was just like looking at the stadium. It's unbelievable.
I've heard.
It's like you can't even describe how massive. 3 million square feet. Think about that. You can't even describe how massive this place is. I mean, I don't know if I mean, didn't Washington announce today they're not having fans?
Yes. That's sort of why Jerry did this, I think.
Do they have to be together in this in the NFL? I said in college you don't have to. Like, I get it. Does the NFL though? Do they need to be together, or is it one of those things? If you can open the economy in that area, you open it.
I mean, I think they would all like to be together, but don't. What's the pool that they split? They only split.
Yeah, it's not local revenue. They don't split local revenue.
Then bump that. Like they're gonna make. Everybody has different things. Every municipality
and every
like
state.
Miami's still not letting people go frolic like that right now. So
every state's different, like COVID wise too.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting. That part of it, like, do they play? What's it going to look like? And it's because, like, the NBA, I've gotten used to watching, and it actually is kind of a cool thing visually to watch. Like, it's because it's 90 feet, right? But the NFL, the NFL's these massive stadiums that you're just used to seeing these fans. How do they reduce that like the NBA does?
End zone camera, the sideline camera zoomed in a little bit more.
Can you see a whole play? You're only watching 10 people in the NBA.
When you watch a football play, you don't see the crowd anyway.
Yeah, when I watch I love watching end zone copies. End zone copy lets you actually see more of the
show
play.
that. They're not going to. That's not. That's a terrible view for the average person to watch.
But even the sideline copy is not bad. You just can't see you can't see offensive line play, which nobody really cares about. Sorry, Big Bo, but it's just the truth.
And these crowds in the NFL are so tame anyway. I mean, college.
Watching the Jaguar game won't be really
suck.
different.
I mean, you say that, but they're really in some areas they're not.
Like some is crowded, but like remember the KC game?
Go to a Saints game.
Of course, there's outliers.
You know, I don't even know if it's outliers because you start looking through it. Because I kind of said the same thing: Seattle, Kansas City, Green Bay, New Orleans, Dallas, Philadelphia.
Dallas?
Oh yeah, dude, the Dallas crowd? Yes.
Really?
Oh gosh, yes. Same with like San Francisco. Like when those teams, I say when those teams are good, but most of them are good most of the time. I mean, it's not a wine and cheese like you would think. It's more picture Jacksonville during 2017. That's what New Orleans is every single week.
But that's what I figured they would be right now, though, is the limited capacity is going to be given to the wine and cheese crowd. It's not going to be given to the everyday guy. So I doubt very seriously the game would be crowded. And when it moves forward, the way people are kind of be still trying to rebound, it's still going to be the wine and cheese crowd.
Because the ticket prices, you would assume.
No, I agree. I was just talking about what he was saying about normally, like Buffalo Bills. I don't think I would call them tame.
I when I think of like a college type atmosphere in the NFL, that's who I immediately think of. Those Mafia.
You know what's going to stink?
It's nothing to do with
You know what really stinks about this NFL season? I was like excited to see what Las Vegas was going to be like.
Oh, yeah. I was pumped. I was supposed to go to the draft.
I was supposed to go to the Saints game, the first game. But they've already announced they're not having fans.
Mm-hmm.
Like Las Vegas finally gets a team and this happens. And this stadium just looks. Have you seen their practice facilities?
Look nice.
Unbelievable.
I did see the new LA stadium. Very impressed.
They're sharing that?
I'm not sure actually. I would assume so.
So like SoFi Stadium or something like that? Yeah. I drove by when I was in Las Vegas in January, and I drove by and it was like it just looks so stinking awesome. like from the road, and it's not that far off the strip. I want to go.
Yeah, it's Rams and Chargers.
So they are sharing that?
Yeah.
All right, let's take our final break. We'll be right back to wrap up the Sports Den.
You'll find difference makers all over the First Coast. When you see one, let us know. 1010XL and 121 Financial want to celebrate difference makers. Tell us about your difference maker at 1010XL.com.
Hey folks, Rick Ballou here for the Blue Crab House. Yes, they're back up and they are running now, both indoors, outdoors dining. You can still call ahead, order, and pick up at 260-CRAB or 260-2722. Non-seafood items on there as well. You love seafood though. Oysters, crabs, shrimp, fish, you name it. Jewington Creek Road in San Jose, the one, the only. It's the Blue Crab House. Doors open at 4:30.
I'm Holt Harrell. At Harrell & Harrell, we have the size and resources to take on the largest companies. But we are also the size that we know each and every one of our clients when they call. So call us, Harrell & Harrell. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Offices, Jacksonville.
When it's summer in Northeast Florida, you need to know you can count on your cooling system. Cooler times will come, but fall is a long way off. You don't have to sweat it out. Call Mike Merritt's Heating and Air. A small adjustment may be all you need. And Mike Merritt's Heating and Air is here to get your system in tip-top condition. If you do need something new, Mike Merritt offers a 10-year warranty on new systems. That gives you peace of mind you won't find anywhere else. Year in, year out, people wonder, what's Mike Merritt's secret? What can explain 30 years of excellence? The answer is simple. Mike Merritt is always ready to help and never an overtime charge. Merritt's techs work without commissions. They only do what you need. Merritt's cheerful staff is ready to help anytime. Call today. License number CAC 050384. On the web at merrittair.com.
Frank Frangie here for Big Chief Tire. There are certain things everyone hates doing. Going to the DMV, waiting on the cable repairman, and getting your vehicle serviced. Why? Because nobody has the patience. That's why Big Chief Tire prioritizes your time by getting the job done right the first time. They understand you want a stress-free experience where you don't get upsold on products or services you don't need. Schedule an appointment with Big Chief Tire's team of experts by visiting any of their 4 conveniently located Jacksonville stores or going online to BigChiefService.com.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com. And let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
This is Hayes Carline, and I'll be remembering the 25th anniversary of the Florida Gators' first football national title in 1996 throughout the summer. Find my weekly podcast by searching 1010XL Florida Gators wherever you get your podcasts. This celebration is presented by the personal injury law firm of Harrell & Harrell.
I'm with Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville, and right now it's just a little bit of uncertainty out there, but this much I do know, Greg, if you're going to be out and about on your own, you need to be out and about on a Honda.
I tell you, in uncertain times, you need the dependability of a Honda. These are some great social distancing tools. We've got ATVs, side-by-sides, motorcycles, all of which you can go out on your own, spend some quality time, and really enjoy the time off.
And the most important message, Greg, you are open for business. Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency.
Hi, this is Joe Butler from Black Creek Outfitters. Getting outside on the water in the Florida sun may be the best medicine of all. At Black Creek, we specialize in getting you out on the water on kayaks and paddleboards. 2 things we offer: free delivery in the area and 12 months no interest financing. Call us up at 904-645-7003 and we can get your new kayak or paddleboard out to you today so you can get on the water tomorrow. Black Creek Outfitters, locally owned and operated by the Butler family since 1983.
In 1919, my great-grandfather founded Catlin as a Studebaker dealership, and now we're the oldest truck accessory store in the U.S. This is Keith Catlin, and I'm proud to be the 4th-generation owner. If you need anything for your truck, van, or SUV, come see us. From Lear toppers to rolling lot bed covers to trailer hitches and everything in between. Let us take care of all your accessory needs. Quality counts at Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
Advanced Technical Services of North Florida is a fast-growing local company in business 22 years, needing to hire experienced low-voltage technicians now. Great pay and benefits are included. Submit your resume online at atservicesjax.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Tell you the difference between me and them. They trying to get the ones and trying to get the M's. 1 million, 2 million.
You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
Wrapping up the Sports Den. What would we do if a shirtless man just walked in here in the middle of this?
I would be like, yo, don't get a shirt on and get out of here, bro.
Put a mask on.
What would you do if
That's
you
what I'd be like.
There's
put a mask
so many
on.
signs around here.
Like,
Respect them.
How'd you get past?
What would you do if you were on TV and there was one walking behind? Like, if you, I don't know, we're talking about Urban Meyer yesterday. Was it what was it?
He was on a boat.
Was it ESPN?
It was the Big Ten Network. Which, by the way, I saw a great tweet from somebody that said, "Imagine paying a subscription to the Big 12 or Pac-12/Big Ten Network.
Yeah,
you're not getting your money."
So
back
he was on a boat.
It was clear he was on his own boat. I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
And he was red-faced. You could tell he was getting a lot of sun, and he was doing this interview via Zoom. And it looked like there was a reflection behind him. So the guy was walking in the door in front of Urban, but the reflection behind Urban was showing up on the camera. And it was, dude, you couldn't even see the bottom half of him. So it just looked like a naked guy walks in, and Urban, after it took him 30 seconds to notice, but then he doesn't realize he's still on camera, and he's mouthing to the guy and pointing "Get the hell out of here!" It's hilarious, dude.
Bro, I would love to know what happens on Urban's boat.
I mean,
Or you don't want to know.
Just gets looks like Herb relaxes and gets loose.
Real loose.
Like, how do you not know Herb? This is like somebody we don't even know who he is. Like, how does this guy get close to Urban Meyer? Who is this guy? Is this the guy? Is this the guy who cleans up all the dead bodies?
Yeah, exactly.
That is a great question. I wonder if it's a cousin.
This is the guy who buries the bodies.
Or an in-law. I mean, there's been nothing reported about this.
No, I didn't see any.
Because the move that he made looked like he was
get out of here.
He was mad at him. Like, he was like, you should know not to come in here.
Yeah, this is where I do my Zoom meetings.
Who does Zoom meetings on a boat?
That was an important day, bro.
Like, you gotta have good internet.
Oh,
like,
he
that's
has the
strong.
best.
Like, to be out on the water, like,
he's got the best.
Cruise internet ain't good.
Because he also has to be able to contact recruits from out there as well.
I love the
He's just gotta
headlines on
stay in
this.
it.
Yeah.
He has to contact recruits.
He's still pulling the strings at Ohio State.
I love this. I love the headlines. Like, if you Google it, Urban Meyer boat. Watch Urban Meyer react as shirtless man behind him walks into Big Ten shot. Video, Urban Meyer has very awkward moment on TV. New York Post, Urban Meyer frantically shoos away shirtless man during live TV interview. Like, I feel like they should probably put that he was on a boat.
Yeah. Well, we
just
don't
make
know
it
that.
seem like
I assume that.
How I got it was Urban got a naked man in his room. I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
Right.
what does Urban got going on now?
Because
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I didn't even think about the boat thing till you just said it.
Yeah, I assume it's on a boat. I haven't seen any official word.
Why does Urban Meyer have a button-up dress shirt on his boat?
Dude, that's the
He
way.
got
That's the
swim
look.
trunks on under it. Like,
Oh,
he's doing the
definitely.
Zoom call. He's trying to be professional.
Well, that makes me feel better. It was on a boat, though. Like, I didn't know what
Badass.
Herbs
It was
had
a
going
yacht.
on.
Guarantee yacht.
Yeah, I Googled Urban Meyer boat just to see, but all I can see is a shirtless man. There's nothing else on it. The boat that is showing doesn't look, it's not a yacht.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, we're going to need more information on Urban Meyer's boat. Maybe we'll have that tomorrow night on the Sports Den. 8 o'clock. Tell your friends about it. Share the SoundCloud. We need the numbers. Denny Thompson, James Coleman, JJ LaSelva will be back tomorrow night. Have a great evening.